Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Review.
Chaos Marauders is a game by Fantasy Flight Games. I am reviewing the second edition of this game by FFG. The components are really good, the cards have this great linen finish on them, and the tokens are nice. Now this game is based off the Warhammer Universe, so you're going to like or dislike the theme based on whether you like, this kind of trolls and things that are going on, and if you're a fan of Warhammer or not, which I am unknowledgeable about at best. This is a game where you're going to be building a battle line, and the best way to describe this game is in the title. Chaos, chaos, chaos. This is a chaotic game where you're racing to put cards out. Do you build a big line that will probably be destroyed, or do you finish off smaller lines and score fewer points? That's really the gist of the game. A game like this is going to have its fans. I'm not one of them. I'm not one of those people that like a lot of chaos in my games. Some, I don't mind. Not this much. This is like blowing you away with chaos, and it's just a little bit too much for me. But if you like building those battle lines and you like Warhammer, this game's going to be very attractive to you. So it's one of those games where I would say, I don't have a lot to say about it. I don't have a lot of good to say about it. There's a lot of negatives to chaos. I'm not really into thematic purposes of it. I think it's a beautiful looking game. So I would say, hey, look, check out the flow of the game, see if you like what it's giving out, and if you do, maybe this is something that you would want to go ahead and purchase, which you can find rather cheap now, or maybe something you'd want to try to con or try out and see if you like it or not. So for me, Chaos Marauders is definitely going to be a purge, and it's not necessarily a game or a style of games that I enjoy. I'm definitely not the target market for this. Here's Chaos Marauders, which I believe is the second edition. This is the silver line and the Fantasy Flight line. They used to bring out these little small games. You're going to get these cheap little boards that kind of sit out there really just for placement. They are long, and they fill up 12 card stocks. You're going to get enough for 4 of these if you so happen to want to play. You're going to get a rule book, which we'll take a look at in a few minutes. I'm sorry, that's the card reference book and a rule book, which we'll take a look at. And then really it's just cards. So you're going to have cards with like Warhammer on them with very small font and print with little icons and numbers. And then you're going to get a number of these that will be used for certain cards if you're playing. Really cheap, just little plastic things, not very nice at all. The Silverline was known for just being a cheaper price game set, mostly card-based, and just cheaper components, but they're still Fantasy Flight, so they're not terrible. That's what you get. First off, I'm going to show you the card reference. This goes through all of the cards. There's quite a bit of cards. If you ever needed to reference a card during the game, it will be found in here. Here are the rules for the book. The book is very easy, so you're going to have a component list of the pictures and what everything does. Then you're going to have anatomy of a card, the victory points, how all that goes. Set up for a 4-player game if you were such inclined, and then how to play through with the cards with some pictures you can see here, and some examples, explanation of the dice, how attacks work, etc. And this is the point chart, so what you're really going to need and pull out at the end of the game. Then an example of scoring, and some other rules that you might have. Combining this with the card reference is something Fantasy Flight is kind of known for. Really, for such a simple game, you're getting a lot of instruction. So this is the play mat everybody will have. They don't really sit down all that well because it's just a flat thing. And you'll be placing cards. You have 3 lines. You'll be placing cards above it and below it to kind of get your lines that you'll have. Now the first thing to kind of understand is a line can be a maximum of 12 cards. Each battle line will also require a musician and a flag bearer. And when you have these, you can't place anything else. So they will always be like the start and the end of it, if you will. And all of the cards will be in the middle. So, like maybe this would be, I'm not sure this meets all the requirements, but this is how it would be, where you can't have anything on the sides of it. And this would be your line that you would have in here. Now, a line can be as much as 12 or as short as you want it to be. Obviously, 12 is going to be more powerful, but you have to have these requirements in it. When the game is played, you don't have cards in your hand. You're just going to continue to get cards off the top of the deck and play them in your battle line with a few rules. So here's a few rules that you have. If you draw a card with the same symbol, you are done drawing. They can't be in the same battle line, so you have to put them up or below this one, and then you are done. If you draw a musician card, you are done drawing, and you can place that out wherever you'd like it to be. If you were to draw a standard card, and you already have 3 of them in your line, then you're done. So if not, so if I drew this, I put this guy here, I'm going to continue to draw. Oh, it's a musician, I'm done. Also, if you draw a card, you really just don't want it, you don't want it to put down the board, you can discard it, but your turn is over, and then the next player would go. Once you have a complete battle line, then you can attack another player. You'll be trying to get these symbols for a success. If you're able to get a success, then you'll be able to completely destroy their line, stealing their cards and getting rid of them. If you fail, then the reverse would be true. So you'll be very careful, and this die roll is going to determine, based on your scores also on these cards, their attack values, whether you succeed or fail. So if you roll the mark of chaos on the die, then you will rout them. All of their gray and purple cards in the battle line are discarded. And you can take any remaining cards and place them in your own battle line. So that can be a rout. And I believe that's on one side of the die. If you get the Orcish Eye, which is the other side of the die, then you win, and you would get rid of all of their purple cards that they would have. So it does behoove you to kind of get a battle line together as quickly as possible, so it cannot be attacked anymore, because you can only attack unfinished ones. But you will score less points for doing so. Now, when the game ends, you're going to have this little chart. It's just easier for me to show you. So if you're the first one to complete the 3 battle lines, 150 points. Each card in the battle line is 10. Each complete battle with 11 to 12 cards is 200. 7 to 8 is 100. And you add up your score. Whoever has the most points is the winner of the game. Very simple game to play. Lots of chaos, which it's in the title in big, bold, and capital letters. And it is a very luck-based game. Who should buy this game? Warhammer fans that want a card game. People who like building up that line. And you want to see, like, do I press my luck and try to build it out? There's a lot in this game about who draws the best card might do better. And your strategy might not play out. Hard to say strategy in this game. Your plans may not come to fruition because you didn't draw the right card. Lots of chaos. If you like that, like some take that, you like some of that, wow, somebody built something up and I'm just going to destroy it because I drew the right card, then this will be for you. I don't want to be too negative about that because some people really enjoy it. It's just not for me. So for you, this could be a keeper, but for me, this is absolutely Purge. Not a game I enjoyed at all.